Ranking 6 through 15, there is a whole lot on the line here tonight between Michael Chiesa and Kevin Lee.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Lee's ranked number 11, as you can see here, but this division is absolutely stacked. I mean, Chiesa's number 6, so Kevin Lee did exactly what he thought he needed to by going straight after Michael Chiesa, spiking some emotion out of him, and now he got the shot he wanted, and that's what this is about. That's what this fight thing is about. If you want somebody and you want to be in the top 5, you got to figure out a way to get it. Kevin Lee did it, Michael Chiesa didn't back down, and now here they are getting ready to put an awesome show on for us.
Yeah, tonight's winner could be fighting for a belt in the not-too-distant future, so the background noise gives way to the action here. That is music to the ears of Michael Chiesa and Kevin Lee, two rising stars with a ton on the line here in this 5-round main event. Of course, as you see this assembly of fine athletes, we are here today for the summer kickoff.
I'm not a hot-headed person. I usually keep my emotions in check. You know, I never get rattled.
I ain't even gonna talk no. You know, I like Mike. I like Chiesa. He's a good guy. I'm doing him a favor. I'm gonna change his life on June 25th.
It was just that one day I just showed just a little weakness in my armor.
I know his mama got tickets, so
shut the up about, hey, don't talk about my mom for one. Don't you ever talk about my mom.
I don't tread well when someone talks about my family and disrespects my family because they don't belong in our business.
I'm gonna smack the out of you right now. Don't you ever talk about my mom.
Yeah,
ever talk about
yeah. What's that? Yeah, I hit a nerve, then I hit another nerve on that chin. You know, I didn't know that he's a big mama's boy.
Mike, no. I know that. All the you want me to do?
I don't know anything about the man. I don't really care to know him. There's no room for emotion in the fight game. If you bring an emotion into it, then you already lost.
That guy got a running head start, punched me in the face. I couldn't even tell if he hit me or not. So I'd say that's a good indication that he's in deep fight finish. My level of competition I face is so much higher than his, and I've done nothing but show you can't break me.
Michael Chiesa has part of his sleeve.
You know, I'm on a roll. I'm out finishing guys.
This is tight. He's going across the face, but he's locking on. Michael Chiesa wins by submission.
He'll realize that hard work, dedication, no matter how bad he want it, is not enough. Everything that he do, I do even better.
Tossler's in trouble.
There's the tap.
He's great on the back. I'm even better on the back.
He's got to be standing.
There's the tap. The Motown Phenom.
He's just another guy in my way. I'm looking for a world title. I'm looking to become a world champion.
Love you, Mom.
He doesn't got a nun's chance in hell, honestly. He's going to get his ass kicked.
The man is a little stupider than he looks. Mike, you're just not good enough. Sorry, man. I'm going to whoop his ass.
Let's get that water 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You ever been inside a federal courtroom? You ever went to trial and fought for your life? Hey, bro, did something to my spirit and the blood of me there.
Detroit, stand up. Here is your man, the Motown Phenom, Kevin Lee. 11th UFC appearance here tonight. His chief corner, Robert Fallis, told our UFC reporter, Laura Sanko, that in 17 years in the game, Kevin Lee is one of the best 2 athletes he has ever coached. And pretty scary for the rest of this division, just what this man has accomplished at just 24 years old.
Yeah, I mean, he's extremely focused. He's extremely focused on creating a good example for the people around him. He said he grew up in an area, I mean, as you saw on all the videos that he did before this fight, that he grew up in a bad area and he wants to lead an example, not be a negative person around people, but only be positive, and that's what this fight brings to him. He says he focuses on being a well-rounded human, and these fights are a way to get to that point. It's bigger than just the fight. He's most like himself in a fight, he says, though. He says that he feels most at home when he gets to go in there and hurt somebody and they're trying to hurt him back. That's when he gets to let his true identity out, he says. But letting this identity out, he says, being able to release this is what helps him to become a stronger person outside of the fight game, helps him become more well well-rounded in life, and that's what he wants to be example for around the people in his area.
He got a scholarship to wrestle at Grand Valley State University. Actually was a full-time student when the UFC call came in. He spurned offers from other promotions. His sole focus was the UFC. And since his UFC debut in 2014, no lightweight has more wins than Kevin Lee. So let's see if he can extend the winning streak to 5 here, work his way into the top 10, and stake his claim to a shot against somebody potentially in that top 5. Fan of mixed martial arts on this UFC roster than the 6th-ranked lightweight contender Michael Chiesa, a suffocating grappler with a high fight IQ. He has taken down all 9 of his UFC opponents tonight, trying to go 10 for 10 against the Motown phenom Kevin Lee.
You know, this is new territory for Chiesa. He usually gets along with everybody, never has any problems with anybody. This is the first fight he's going into early. Done a whole camp knowing that there's a little bit of a beef here. He says, but it doesn't matter. This is something I have to learn to deal with. I'm extremely mentally focused, not going to let the emotion get the best of me in this fight. He says, really, this weight cut was one of the hardest things about the fight. That's the hard part. He said, now I'm here, I get to have fun. He gets his strength from his weight cut from Shane Hinton. It's his cousin who's got muscular dystrophy. He says, if my cousin can make it through muscular dystrophy, get through every single day, I can make it through this weight cut. I can go out here and beat this human being. He's beating a disease. I can beat a human up, no problem. And that's a lot of where he gets his strength from.
This is a man who started training to be a fighter after watching the UFC on TV in 7th grade, right? So this is a dream that dates to him when he was 13 years old. He's won 3 in a row. As far as his striking is concerned, we focus so much on the back takes and the rear naked chokes that maybe he doesn't get credit for what he is able to do on the feet.
Well, what makes him so tough is that exactly what you said. I mean, he uses his strikes so efficiently to close distance and use his body length that you just don't have to see a lot of striking out of him. He takes everybody down. He throws those vines of his legs and his arms around you, and then you usually don't get up for 4 minutes. So that's the question in this matchup. That's why Sean Shelby matched this up, is because can Michael Chiesa do that to Kevin Lee, who's got outstanding wrestling, outstanding power, almost as tall as him, good boxing. This is an even matchup that's going to test both these individuals.
Well, this main event had a lot of traction, and then the summer kickoff pressure happened, and now, about 6 weeks later, it shall be done. The main event tonight, number 6, Michael Chiesa is 29. Kevin Lee, still just 24 years old. Chiesa, the much taller party, but if you see the bottom there, Kevin Lee will have a 1.5-inch reach advantage. With that, for the official introductions, back inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by Oklahoma State Athletic Commission, Executive Director Joe Miller. Our 3 judges at Octagon side are Glenn Trowbridge, Brian Pacillo, and Marcos Rosales. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mario Yamasaki. And now, this is the moment UFC fans watching around the world have been waiting for. Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma! It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, Fighting out of the blue corner, a wrestler and a boxer, holding a professional record, 15 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Detroit, Michigan, Kevin the Motown Phenom Lee! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 14 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 155 pounds. Fighting out of Spokane Valley, Washington, presenting the Ultimate Fighter Season 15 winner and the number 6 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Michael Maverick Chiesa!
I gave instructions on the locker room. I want you guys to do a clean fight, follow my orders all the time, defend yourself all times. Touch glove, touch now, let's do this.
And if you had the prop bet that they would not touch gloves, go cash those tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Man, are we excited for this one. The Motown Phenom, Kevin Lee, and Michael Maverick Chiesa, only one-man figures to depart OKC as a lightweight contender, and we are underway. Chiesa, the southpaw, is in black. Kevin Lee is in blue out of the orthodox stance. Here we go.
Curious to see what Lee's strategy is. Does he want to just keep it striking with Mike the whole time? Does he look for takedowns?
Right.
Does he just stuff Mike Chiesa's takedowns? That's what we're going to find out early in this fight. What's the game plan of these gentlemen?
And I mentioned Chiesa had taken down all of his non-UFC opponents. For Kevin Lee, he's taken down 9 of 10. So
that's what's so fun about it. Like, who's going to use the takedowns better in this matchup?
Left hand lands through the guard of Lee for Michael Chiesa. Good early sign for him.
He's got those Inspector Gadget arms. They just reach out so much longer than you think. Clips him with the left, takes him down. Kevin Lee using that butterfly hook to try to create some space, but again, Chiesa so long. Guillotine is one of his favorite chokes. Let's see if Lee can turn this into a double leg takedown up against the octagon fence, because Chiesa did miss that choke. Lee tucked his chin just at the right time.
Lee dropping his level, not sure he's going to be able to elevate Chiesa here. Let's see, he does.
And that's a crafty position he's in. If he takes him down here, Chiesa can transition to different stuff. He's got that arm, this arm lock. It's like a straight arm lock he's looking for. And now he's looking for a triangle. That's why you're seeing him grab that wrist. He's going to stuff it down. Chiesa's guard's going to go high. Now he's got that arm lock, so he can transition from the straight arm lock on the elbow of Lee to the triangle. And now he's grabbing that leg so that Lee can't stand up out of the triangle. Lee's right hand is in there, though, so that's causing some problem for Chiesa to be able to finish this triangle. See that right hand of Lee? That stops the triangle. And now Lee did a good job defending, and now he's in the guard of Chiesa.
Chiesa able to land a couple hammer fists from the bottom, now controlling Lee's posture. Lee controlling the head here. Now he'll try to posture up. 3 minutes to go here in round 1 of a possible 5.
Chiesa always looking for this triangle, as you can see. That's why he controls that wrist. By threatening from his back, he's able to create some space so that he can get back to his feet. So at least he's being offensive from the bottom, and that's what's going to cause problems. Good tightness from Lee to pass. Goes straight to the back. And this is where Lee said he was good as well. He said, Chiesa's good on the back. I'm going to take his back. I'm better at it than him. Here it is. Here's the position where both these gentlemen have had so many finishes and are so strong.
Lee continuing to work off the back here of Michael Chiesa. Chiesa turning with the choke here, Dom, just over 2 minutes in the round.
Lee switching to the body triangle, which is actually a good tactic, because now Chiesa's got to move Lee to the other side of his body, as he's doing here. You're going to see how Chiesa put his foot to the mat. That stops the body triangle, and Lee's trying to keep him on his belly so he has the torque to keep that body triangle. What Mike's trying to do is put wherever the lock is on the mat.
Lee softening Chiesa up with punches here, unable to get under that neck.
When the body triangle's on, when you're belly down, that's when it's the tightest. Right here, Mike's feeling the most torque from this body triangle in this position.
Chiesa's got a hell of a chin on him, but these punches from Kevin Lee starting to take their toll.
Lee is hammering him right now. Those hurt very bad, and this whole round has been controlled by this back mount pretty much. So that's a lot of, that puts Mike down so far on the scorecard, so he might get reckless in the second round. Mike just needs to focus on defending this choke right here.
Chiesa's 8 rear naked choke attempts, #1 in lightweight history. #2, Kevin Lee with 7, right? So we talk so much about Chiesa doing that, but Kevin Lee very adept at taking the back and working for rear naked chokes. Total strikes, no surprise, advantage Kevin Lee.
And this is a hard position to keep. You use a lot of energy because he's holding on the mic like a backpack. So it's just, you're using all your legs to do this. It's very hard, but it's very exhausting. But it's hard on Mike too because he can't breathe. He's got a lasso like a zip tie around his gut. And now that choke is in.
Kevin Lee is under the chin.
He's fighting the hands right now. It's not completely over yet, but it is under the chin. Now he's going to switch the lock, and that's where it's it.
And there it is. Michael Chiesa is furious. There was no tap.
There was no tap.
It looked like Mario Yamasaki thought that maybe Chiesa went out. There was no tap. Kevin Lee will be your winner by rear naked choke, and Chiesa is livid, and I would have to say rightfully so.
It's 100% rightfully so. He did not tap. He thought, Yamasaki thought he was going to tap. He didn't. And we just saw Kish get out of a choke that was just as tight.
Right.
So Chiesa could have possibly got out of that.
Kevin Lee trying to come over and be the sportsman. Here's another look.
You can't stop these too early. Now it's in. It is under the chin, and it looks like he's going to go out, but it's not a tap. You have to tap to stop it. No tap, no tap. It is in, but it's not over. He's not tapped, no tap, no tap, nothing. And he's still awake when he gets up.
And Chiesa immediately protested what you'd have to say is a premature stoppage from the referee.
Oh, that's a rough thing to stop this main event. That is so difficult.
And we are going to take another look, and we're actually going to listen to it in real time. You don't want to take anything away from Kevin Lee here, but Chiesa was turning with it. No tap. He certainly wasn't out. Let's take a listen. Perhaps Yamasaki maybe saw Chiesa's left arm and he thought that it was going limp a little bit. I don't know.
You can see that he's a little limp, but he's not out, and he's not tapping.
All right, we'll try to restore order after this when we return to OKC. All right, we are back in Oklahoma City. Here is Bruce Buffer now to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 37 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by submission due to a rear naked choke, Kevin the Motown Phenom Lee.
All right, here with your winner, the lightweight contender, Kevin Lee. Congratulations. It goes into the books as a 5th consecutive win, but not without some controversy here. Your thoughts on the fight as long as it lasted and ultimately the end of it?
You know, I did whatever I wanted. I was never in danger, so it was just going to be 4 more rounds of that. If it, you know, I just followed what the ref tell me. The ref told me he stopped. He stopped. You know, I'm just choking him. I'm getting ready to get it in. So if he want to do it again, we can. But it was just going to be 4 more rounds of that, and he damn sure didn't want me standing up.
You didn't see him tap or feel him tap necessarily, but did you think that you were going to get the finish shortly thereafter? What?
It was coming anyway, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel the tap, I didn't see the tap, I never do. So I usually choke the guy till he go unconscious. I just stopped because Mario told me to. So I listened to the ref. I'm a smart fighter. I'm in there, I'm feeling. He was expecting me to come out in juggernaut, and I was on my toes moving, and I think that's what threw him off, and I got to do whatever I wanted.
So he came in number 6 in the world. You were number 11. No fighter in the lightweight division has more wins than you since you made your debut in 2014. Where do you go from here? Do you do a rematch, or are you moving forward?
You know what I've been saying. I want Khabib, man. In December in Detroit, I'm headlining that car. If Khabib don't want it, then Mike can get it in Detroit. I came here to Oklahoma. He was born here. I came here. That's why the crowd on his side. That's it. If he come to Detroit, they all gonna be on me.
Well, needless to say, you've done your home city proud. Hopefully you can enjoy this one, all right?
That's what's up, baby. And Khabib, you got the date, you got the time. Let's get it in, baby.
All right, OKC, a little respect here for the Motown Phenom, Kevin Lee. All right, Michael Chiesa, I think I speak for the masses when I say you have every right to be furious here tonight. You did not tap. I know you were animated after the fight. Talk us through it from your vantage point, if you would.
You know, I was just trying to gut it out, elbow down, scramble out. I'm not going to say any choice things about officiating, but Kevin, I will see you in December in Detroit for the rematch. Let's keep the hype alive. And lastly, that beautiful lady in the front row, my mother, Teresa Chiesa, I freaking love you.
Thank you for being classy and sticking around to talk to us. Oklahoma City, there he is, Michael Maverick Chiesa.
Tough matchup there with the way it ended. I mean, that's not how you want any fight to end. Lee did nothing wrong, just listening to the ref as he should have. The ref did make a missed call there. There's no way to fix that except a rematch. Heartbreaking when it ends that way.
Well, and especially so for Chiesa, but also for Kevin Lee, right?
Yeah, both, because it kind of puts asterisks a little bit. Now he's got a rematch, Mike.
And of course, Kevin Lee felt like he was moments away from actually finishing the fight. Let's get you the move of the fight, sponsored by Metro PCS, covering 99% of people in the U.S. with a network that's more reliable than ever.
And look at Lee right here. He's got the choke in. Mike's doing the right things, but then Lee even transitions perfectly. He switches the lock so that it's just extra tight. Mike's trying to do what he can to gut it out. Hopefully the bell doesn't ring, but he still had 30 seconds left, but he did not tap. He was willing to go out if so, but Yamasaki called it too early. Lee did nothing wrong. Mike did nothing wrong. The ref did miscall it.
All right, that is going to do it for us. For Dominic Cruz and our crew, John Anik saying so long from OKC, the FS1. UFC Fight Night post-fight show with Karen Bryant, Ken Flo, T. Wood, Tony Ferguson, and Laura Senko starts right now.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.